Hey baby dolls, welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite girl, DIMETHEDONN, aka DIMETHEDONN. If you don't know, now you know. So in today's video, I'm giving you girls my very affordable go-to full face makeup routine. Full coverage, full face, full everything, okay? And if y'all can't tell, the girl is giving, okay? This tutorial is very detailed and very beginner friendly for my girls. So I want you guys to sit back, take some notes on the products that I'm using, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you are not already. If you guys are new here, welcome to the family. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, okay? And I will see you guys in the next video. We're gonna start with the primer. Today I used the Maybelline New York Master Prime by Face Studio, and it's a primer and base. I want to compare it to the Smashbox primer, but this one is just a little bit more, I don't know, like a little bit more liquidy. Like the Smashbox primer, it is like a little thicker consistency, so this one's just a little bit thinner, but I feel like it does the same job. So go ahead and pick this up. All the prices will be on the screen as well. I'm gonna go in with my Style Factor Edge Boost. Yes, girl, I said Edge Boost, Edge Control. And I apply that to my brows, lifting my eyebrows up. And I'm applying that with my Clear Brow and Lash Mascara by ELFI, but I only use like one side for like the setting or mascara part, and then I use this for my brows personally, this fully for my brows. And I just really coat my brows in that product, and I press it in because my brows do not listen. They do what they want to do. They've been doing what they wanted to do my whole life. So yeah, I just keep pressing it in, and I'm pressing it up, okay? So next I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape Medium Tan Neutral and my Makeup Revolution concealer in C12, and I mixed these two together, and I carved out my brow, just the bottom part. I don't conceal the top of my brows anymore. That's like 2016, 2017. If you guys are still doing that, please stop. And then I just took that on a ELF flat brush. I think this is a smudge brush, but I like how like small that part is. And I just carved out my brows. Then I went ahead and dragged that product down. I used my Real Techniques 300 brush just to buff that out. This is a deluxe crease brush, but I use it to blend things out because I like how dense it is. Okay. We're done with the brows for now. I saved my brows for last because I get like a little softer look. I'm not into harsh brows anymore. That was like my staple from like 2016 to like the beginning of this year. So moving on, next we went to our face. So I'm going in with my NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation in the color Cappuccino, I believe, yeah. I also went in with my Morphe Filter Effect foundation in Rich 25, and I used literally one pump of this because it's a little darker for me, and then I used 4 pumps of the Filter Effect, and I just blended that together, and it gave me the right color. Then I went ahead and I took my Real Techniques 204 brush just to buff that out all over my face. And yeah, I really love this brush because it is dense as well, but it's not like super dense. So after we went in with the foundation, I went in with my concealer. I picked up my Tarte Shape Tape again in the medium tan neutral, and I just placed that right directly under my eyes. And a little bit going onto my nose, and yeah, I really just kept like a little bit because I do go in with 2 rounds of concealer because I do like a very bright under eye. So I let that sit for a little bit, and I put that on my under eyes, my chin, nose, what is this called, my cupid's bow, and my forehead. I let the concealer sit just for a little bit because when it is tacky, it is easier to blend out and it gives me a little bit more coverage. Didn't leave the concealer on for too long. I went ahead and just took my microfiber Morphe sponge again and just blended it right out. And I also went onto my nose just to give the reverse contour effect. So right after we get done blending all of that out, I went ahead and went in with my liquid lipstick that I use as blush. I literally picked this up specifically for blush, okay? I like to do this. I also go in and apply more blush. I'm a blush girl. I was not for a very long time, but I'm very into soft glam, or you know, like that girly glowy look, and I feel like blush really does that. So I took my Morphe, what is this? I took my Morphe lipstick in the color Nibble, and I just put that right on my hand. I don't put products directly on my face because I do like to warm up my products on my hand. Also, you can control a little bit more how much you put on your face by building it up instead of just applying the applicator straight on your face. So for my blush, I took my Real Techniques 206 brush and I just lightly tap that on my face. And every time I apply something, I go back in with my Real Techniques 204 brush just to make sure everything is blended out. I don't want to lose my contour or lose my blush by blending it out too much, but I don't want to look like I didn't blend at all. Okay, so after I blended that blush out, I went ahead and went in with my JUVIA'S Place full coverage foundation in the color Tanzania, I believe. Yeah, this is in the color Tanzania. I use this as my contour. I don't like to use like contour for contour unless it's like contour like powder. I really like how foundation looks on me, and I like how this color looks on me as well. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna use a lot of this today, not just on my cheeks but everywhere, okay? So I went ahead and I placed a little bit on my hand to warm it up as well. I'm slightly swiping that on my face, and I'm swiping it up in an upward motion to lift my face just a little bit. I also take that onto my temples and around my forehead as well, where my frontal is not covering up. And then I also take that onto the lower parts of my face, and I go back in with my foundation brush and blend that out as well. Not too much because you still want it to appear there, but I blend that out. After that, I went back in with my Morphe Filter Effect foundation and I applied some of that to my hand. I went in with my microfiber sponge and I just dabbed that together, and I applied that to the lower part of my face, kind of to give myself some more coverage, but also to really sharpen that contour. Not like super sharp, but like just enough. I still have that JUVIA'S Place foundation on my hand in the color Tanzania. I applied it to my nose with my Real Techniques 321 brush, and I start at the bottom and go on my sides. Then I'm also dragging that up into my eye and meeting my eyebrows. Now, for my girls who do not know how to do eyeshadow like that, I have a trick just for y'all. I love shadow, but lately I've been loving this. I found out on TikTok that one of Kim Kardashian's makeup artists does this as well, and this is like a celebrity hack, I guess. I go in with my Real Techniques 320 brush and I dip it in that contour, And the same contour that we placed right there, we're going to drag that out. I'm going to use a little bit and I'm going to drag that out onto my crease, and I'm going to use that as the eyeshadow. And I'm just blending it out all the way, like all over my eye, but I'm really focusing on my inner corner just to build depth. And then whatever is left on my brush, I just tap that onto the rest of my lid. So after I've applied that to my lid, I go in with my Morphe M573 brush and I just blend that out just a little bit, really on my crease. And I kind of drag that contour color outwards. So now I'm going back in with my 300 brush from Real Techniques, and I'm blending out my nose contour. And I'm just pressing those motions inward and upward. That's pretty much like how I do all my makeup. So next, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in medium tan sand, and I'm just going to apply some more concealer right under my eyes just to brighten it up. Again, we did lose some of that brightness when I went in with my blush and my contour. So we're just gonna go back in with the medium tan sand just to brighten it up. So I'm gonna let that sit. Like I said before, I like to let it sit so I can get tacky and blend out easier while we move on to the brows. As you guys can see, my brows did slide again. They went back down. So I'm going to go in with my Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes just to wipe off any excess makeup that fell onto my eyes while I was doing my foundation and my concealer. Next, I went back in with my Style Factor Edge Boost. Okay, girl. So after we applied our Style Factor Edge Boost, I went in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is literally the most expensive product I use today, okay? And you guys don't have to use this product either. I also use the Morphe loose powder, and I believe it's in honey or something like that, or something banana. But I'll leave that down as a different translucent powder that you guys can get. But yeah, I took my Laura Mercier powder and I went in with my 300 brush again, and I lightly tap that onto my brows because the Edge Boost does make my brows a little oily. So yeah. So after that, I took my Morphe Micro Brow Pencil in the color Cold Brew, and I just did light hair strokes. First, I did the line at the bottom where we placed our concealer at, right above that, just to outline the bottom of my brows. Then I did light hair strokes upwards in the back of my brow and the front of my brow, but not too much. So after that, I went in with my Real Techniques. It's an angled brush and it comes with a spoolie at the end. I do not know the name of it. And my 9T Neutral Territory Morphe palette. And I took that dark brown color that's right in the center and a little bit of black. And I tapped that, and I literally slightly carved out the top of my brow with it. And then I went in and I did light hair strokes as well. Now you guys really see me doing light hair strokes in the front of my hair, in the front of my brows. That gives my hairs like a more natural look. I'm trying to create false hairs, especially on my right brow. I have more hairs on my left brow, but my right brow, I don't have any. So I went in and I did that just to create a nice brow. So after you get your brows to your liking, I went in and I took that clear mascara just to set my brows again. So moving back down to the face, I went back in with my Morphe Microfiber Beauty Blender just to blend out the rest of that concealer. As you guys can see, it's giving me a nice full coverage and a nice brightened under eye. So next, it's time to set the face. I went in with my Real Techniques 402 brush, and I lightly tapped into my Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is in the color Translucent Honey, okay? Tap that under my eyes and everywhere I highlighted my face. So my chin, the bridge of my nose, my Cupid's bow, and my forehead. Now, while I let that sit, I go in with my NYX or NYX Professional Makeup 3 Steps to Sculpt powder, and I go in with that dark brown pop powder at the bottom and this e.l.f. brush that I got for Christmas. I don't know the name of it. Let me tell y'all real quick. It's a highlighting brush, but I use it for whatever. And I slightly contour. I went over the places that I contoured with this powder. So again, my forehead, my temples, and my cheeks, and the lower part of my face as well, my jaw. Next, I went in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Powder in the color 330 Toffee Caramel, or Caramel, whatever you want to call it. And I went in with my Real Techniques 400 brush, and I dabbed that onto the lower parts of my face because I did not put setting powder right there. And I also went on and brushed off where we put the Laura Mercier powder. So again, my under eyes, my cheeks, my nose, and my forehead. So after that, we're moving on to our eyes. I went in with this black, I think it's Revlon. I've had this for like a couple months now, child. Yeah, this is Maybelline. I think this is Maybelline. I don't know, the name wore off. But it's just a black eyeliner, and I went and I put it in my waterline and my upper waterline. The last thing we want to do is look up and there is no color in our top waterline, and there's nothing in our lower waterline. We don't want that at all. So after that, I took this flat brush and I went back into my Morphe 9T Neutral Territory palette, and I went in with that black color, and I put that on top of where I just put the black pencil, just to set it and just to make it pop just a little bit more. So after that, I fixed my lashes because they've been on all day, and I put on my Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara by L'Oreal, and I put that on my bottom lashes and my top lashes just to blend my falsies and my real lashes together. So after that, I go in with my Essence eyeshadow palette. I found this at Ulta, and I believe, I don't remember how much it was, but it's going to be on the screen as well. And I took that top color, it's like a red color and it's no shimmer. And I also took like that orange color and I mixed those two together. I used that with my Real Techniques 400 brush, and I put that on my cheeks just to go over that blush because we did lose it when we set our face. Okay, so after that, I'm just going to go in and make sure everything is all blended and to my liking. Then I go in with my, y'all, I love this stuff so much, my Makeup Revolution Superfix Super Hold Misting Spray Ultra Matte Finish with Aloe and Vitamin E, girl. Y'all, this is a GOAT product. This is a really good product, and I love it, y'all. I love it so much. So I just use that and I cover my eyes, slide that all over my face. Then I took my fan. I got this from Walmart, y'all. Everybody needs one. I got this from Walmart, but you can also order some off of Amazon, and they're very affordable. And I use my fan to dry my face. And then I went back in with my Morphe Neutral Territory palette again, y'all. I'm like obsessed with this palette. It was like the best, I don't remember how much it was, but it was very cheap money I ever spent. So I took these two colors and I applied that to my Cupid's bow and my nose for a highlight. After that, we're gonna move on to my favorite part. We're almost done, y'all. Thanks for sitting in with me this whole time, and I hope you guys are really getting some tips and tricks. So next I went in with my LA Girl Perfect Precision lip liner. This is actually eyeliner, but I use eyeliners for my lips because I feel like it's more bold. It gives more pigment. Like the color payoff is much better. In the color brown, and I just lined my lips. I went in with my Maybelline Soft Rose lip gloss. Olivia Song, I believe that's her name. Yeah, Olivia Song. She put the girls onto this a long time ago, and I love it. I've been using it since she told everybody that like a year ago, okay? I took my Morphe lip gloss in the color Freebird, and I applied that on top of that. And I go back and forth with a little brush just to blend that out. And then once I get that to my liking, I just go back in with my ELF lip plumping gloss in the color Sparkling Rose, just to give my lips a little bit more pink. And that's the finishing look, guys. Like, look at that girl. She looks so good. Oh. Yeah, so I hope you guys try this out. I really hope you guys learned some tips today. Make sure you guys, if you do try this whole look out, y'all, send me pictures, tag me in pictures, DM me pictures, girl. I want to see what you did, what you created. And yeah, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.
I've